If you're like me and you spend more time on YouTube than you'd like to admit, you probably notice that some people are using footage from the dark era, before widescreen was even a thing. And because of that, there are two black bars on the sides, or worst case scenario, black bars are on all sides of the screen. This can be visually unpleasing, especially if a clip switches from 4:3 aspect ratio to 16:9. So here's a fix for this simple issue. Also, most of what I'm about to say applies to people using software with layering like Magix Movie Edit Pro, iMovie, Sony Vegas, or in my case, Adobe Premiere. If you're stuck with Movie Maker, well, you're SOL. Okay, so there are three solutions that I recommend using for this basic problem. The first involves zooming in the footage to get rid of the bars on the top and bottom of the screen. This won't fix the overall issue, but it will make the footage more visually pleasing. And for some people, that's good enough. A better, but more flawed solution is to mess around with the settings of the clip in question, so you can manipulate both the horizontal and vertical stretching separately, and then you'll be able to fill in the unused space. And while this works, the clip will look, well, stretched, and the visual quality might diminish a little bit, similar to a JPEG that was small but then stretched out to be much larger. Now if you're using a short clip that won't be on the screen for too long, this won't matter all that much, but I wouldn't recommend doing this for a clip playing throughout most of the video. The final and probably best fix that I can recommend is to download an HD wallpaper, and thanks to the power of layering, you can put it behind the footage, and those black bars, which were more or less empty space, will become the sides of the wallpaper you put. This won't work with everything, but it's a decent workaround when using footage from certain cameras, games, or films without widescreen support. Hopefully this video was helpful. With that said, this is the Renegade Master, and I'm signing out. Oh, and if you're using Movie Maker and you don't have the excuse of starting out, on top of getting complaints about how the video looks, then upgrade to something less cheap. If you can afford to buy a game at launch, then you can afford to upgrade your software to something a little bit better.